the first time who's never seen me speak before? Oh, yeah. You'll want to walk out, which I don't do. No, right, okay, so I'll tell you a bit about myself. Once I'm eating my material.
No, I'm sorry, guys.
Have a tickle of cough, it helps. Right, okay, so my name's Kev Rider. I joined Clean Easy quite a few years ago now. I'm into my 14th year. When I used to sit there, and I heard people say they'd been in like 10 years, Rob Foster had been in 10 years and stuff like that, I was thinking, wow, 10 years doing the same thing. At that point, the longest I'd ever had a job for 5 years, and that was the army because I couldn't get out. So I had to stay there. Everything up to that point, I think the longest I'd done anything were about 2 years. So anyway, came out of the army, became a driving instructor, loved teaching people how to drive, always wanted my own business. I never really believed I would. Subconsciously I wanted my own business. I remember walking to school with my mate saying, I'm going to have my own business one day, I'm going to be a bench joiner or a carpenter or something, and he used to say, yeah, my dad drives trucks, I'm going to drive trucks for a living. I said, and I'd say, well, I can make furniture, you can deliver it all around the world. And we were going into business together. But those are my earliest memories of wanting my own business. But then going through school and everything else, I never really believed I had the skills, the talent, or anything to be a business owner, to be a businessman. So I went and got a job like everybody else. I then went into the army, came out of the army, went and sat an aptitude test, because I didn't know what I wanted to do. Didn't really have any qualifications or education, so I thought I was going to end up in some factory work, or driving forklift trucks, or working on a building site, or something like that. So I sat this aptitude test, and it came up with the army, and I thought, well, I've just left there. Police force, I thought, I'm not straight enough. Fire service, I thought, well, I've already just given up one uniform, I don't want to give up another. And then the fourth thing on the list was driving instructor. Why, I've no idea, but I thought, I can drive, I enjoy driving, I'll become a driving instructor. So that was my first roots into setting up my own business. Became a driving instructor, loved teaching people how to drive, was crap at running a business, found myself slipping deeper and deeper into debt, and found myself £30,000 in debt. I didn't know it at the time, because like most people, I buried my head in the sand. I was buried under the pile of bills that were coming through the door, and I just ignored them and pretended that they weren't there. And my brother actually had been shopping at IKEA, and he stood on a business card. So he's walking around IKEA, stands in a puddle, stands on a business card, and he's walking around like this, trying to flick it off his phone. Okay, pulls it off, has a look at it, goes, earns extra income, £300 to £3,000 a month in your spare time. He wasn't interested, but he knew about my financial situation. So he gave me the card. The first thing I did with that card, it wasn't ring the number on it, it was throw it in the bin. Okay, so when my brother found the card in the bin, he said, Kev, why have you thrown this card in the bin? Did you give the number a ring? And I went, come on, Phil, it's a scam, it's a con. Who the hell's going to pay you £300, £3,000 a month and advertise it on a piece of card? He says, I don't know, you never rang up. So I thought, well, I'll give the number a ring. Rang up, some 19-year-old student said, have you watched a video? I'll come round and see you, one thing or another. And this kid came round to see me and showed me the business plan. And I thought, it sounds like a lot of hard work for 50 quid a week. So you'll hear a lot of people say to you, they joined this business for £50 a week. And for them, they did, that's true. But for me, I never did. I wasn't interested in delivering and collecting catalogues back then, as it was the only choice, for 50 quid a week. But when I saw the circles, and I saw the opportunity available to me, and like I said to you, the longest I'd ever been in a job was 5 years. This kid had been doing this thing with circles for 12 months, and he was earning £1,200 a month. He was what they called a gold distributor. He'd left university with no student debt, and he'd just bought himself a Kawasaki motorbike. And I'm thinking, this kid's making money at this at 19, and I'm 27, and I'm on 30 grand in debt, even though I didn't know it at the time. But I'm massively in debt. I thought, there's something wrong here. So if I do this for 5 years, and I'm making £2 grand a month in 5 years' time, that's still more than I've ever made in any job I've ever had. So I always had a long-term mindset about this job. I never wanted it to be a flash in the pan. I never expected miracles overnight. But I got stuck in. I really, I did quite well in my first month. I made £233. Anyone made more than that in the first month? Put your hands up. If you made more than 233 quid, have a look around the room. There's a few people, you're already doing better than I did in my first month. Okay? For the next 6 months, just delivering and collecting catalogues, I was making between 200, 300, 400 quid a month. It depended what the weather were like, whether I could be bothered going out or not, and all this sort of stuff. And that fluctuated in my check. But then after 6 months, this guy rings me up again and he says, Kev, you've got to come to this thing called a showcase. It wasn't called a showcase then, it was a Clean Easy conference, but he says, you've got to come to this showcase. It's absolutely amazing. And I'm like, how on earth is going to a meeting going to help me put out extra catalogues? How on earth is going to a meeting going to help me make more money? I could be putting out catalogues, I could be delivering orders, I could be sponsoring people. At this point I had sponsored a few people, but they'd not really done anything with it. And he said to me, it's like a football match. And I just went, oh. He goes, we go down on this coach and we all get drunk at the back of the coach and we have a real good laugh. And he says, it's an absolutely amazing day. When you get down there, you'll have so much fun and everything, and then we get drunk coming back again. I went, I'm in. The thing is, say whatever you bloody well have to say to get people to that showcase. And if you've never been to a showcase yourself, go. Because I turned up that day, 7:30, big house, turns up, gets on the coach with ripped jeans, cravat, and a crate of Stella under me now. Honest to God. Now, any of you that don't know Neil Young, you will do as soon as you meet him. Alright, you'll know Neil Young. And his face was an absolute picture. He's there in shirt, tie, suit, looking really smart, getting on this coach, looking like, when they said it was like a football trip, I thought it was a Man United manager or something, you know what I mean? It looked really posh. And I'm there with a crate of Stella, cravat and ripped jeans. However, that day changed my life. Whatever it took to get me there, it got me there. And what I saw, over 5,000 people in this business making good money. They can't all be wrong. Okay, so the sudden injection of belief was amazing. And then to see these people walking across the stage, making thousands of pounds and getting recognised with cars and holidays and incentives and stuff like that, it was very difficult to say this thing doesn't work. So all of a sudden, my attitude changed to maybe I ought to try harder, maybe I ought to work harder, maybe I ought to listen to what people are telling me instead of thinking I know it all. Maybe I ought to put my ego in my pocket and listen to people that know what they're talking about. Because what I believe is keeping me exactly where I was, which was skint. What they believe and what I've just seen is helping those people become financially free. So maybe I ought to start surrendering myself to what people know that's better than what I know. And that started to change my life. Within 6 months of that seminar, I got my income up to £1,200 a month. To cut a long story short, over the next 6 years, through personal development, through growing as a person, considering in any job I'd ever had up to that point, the most I had ever earned in a job was £1,200 a month. So over the next 6 years, I got my income up to £3,000 every 4 weeks. When I first saw this business, I said, who on earth is going to pay someone £3,000 a month and put it on a piece of card? Those people. These, Clean Easy. And now it's even easier with K-Life and that, because you've got a massive opportunity. When I used to get on that phone and ring people, and they used to say, I thought we were working in the home. I can now turn around, I used to say to them, no, it's working from home, it's not working in the home. When you find a business where you can sit on your ass all day long and watch TV and make money, please give me a ring, won't you? And I used to laugh at them. Now they're all ringing me back, saying, have you heard this thing called K-Life? All right, because you can now sit at home on your ass and make money with this thing, if you want to, if that's what drives you. But also there's still the catalogue opportunity as well. So what we've got to do is make this business fit our people, not our people fit our business. Don't be ignorant. Just because I only knew how to do catalogues, I've had to learn how to do online. Because a lot of people now that weren't interested in catalogues, that said no to the opportunity back then, and now saying, yes, I want to do it online. Now, I can't say, well, you can do it online, but I can't teach you, I don't know what to do, because that's just destroying my own business. So I've had to learn those skills. However, I'm also speaking to a lot of people that say, I don't use Facebook. I'm not interested. They say, I want to do online, but I don't use Facebook. I say, well, I want to drive, but I don't know how. You know, you've got to be able to teach people. And if they're not, if someone wants to do online and they don't know how, I say to them, the best thing is to start with the catalogues. And then you can learn how to do online, because you're not going to make money straight away until you learn how to do it. Okay, and that's my belief. You might believe differently, but I think if somebody starts and makes money straight away with the catalogues, we can then teach them how to do the online as they go along. But I wouldn't start them on a £25 kit with no catalogues, because they're going to fail. Especially if they're not familiar with Facebook, if they don't know how to use the internet and everything else, they're going to fail. However, the whole purpose of using Facebook and the whole purpose of using catalogues is to find customers. Okay? What is the function of any business? Anybody know? What is the main function of a business?
Profit.
To make profit. Who agrees with that? Anybody put your hands up, yes or no? Okay, that is the main goal. That is the goal of the business. But the function of the business, in order to achieve that goal, how do you get bigger? How do you get sales? What do you need to get sales? Customers. You must find customers. However, it's not just finding customers, it's keeping customers. Now, the power of cataloguing is we blanket drop for 6 months. You find customers, but you keep them by going back every month, building a relationship, building a rapport. Whether they order or not, you keep them channels of communication open, and you build that relationship. So that eventually, if any of you have had a customer base for any length of time, I'm sure you agree with me, you could put a newspaper through that door, you could put Argos through that door, you could put Betterware, Avon, Next, and you would still get orders in spite of what company you put through that door. Would you agree? Yes or no, guys? Yeah, that's because of the relationship you've built. However, online, it doesn't work like that. Because most of us are not going back every 4 weeks to our online customers. Most of us aren't even keeping a list of who our customers are. They're just waiting till an order comes in and then delivering it. Okay, and then they're not going back and building that rapport. So, what I want to talk about is making sure that, mainly when I'm talking about giving catalogues to your Facebook customers tonight. However, I've picked up £70 of orders this week from catalogue customers through my Facebook group. So, 2 become 1. You've heard of the Spice Girls? Brilliant song. Alright? This business 2 becomes 1. It's not online and it's not catalogues. It is finding customers. When you were sponsoring, when you were fishing for, when you were doing rods in the pond training, there was just 1 pond, but there was many rods. Would you agree? We used to talk about flyers, cards, shop ads, bumper stickers. We didn't go into the detail of how to use each individual rod. We just told you to use the rods. Well, all these are is 2 different rods, and you're fishing in a different pond. Instead of looking for sponsors, which will come through these rods anyway, you're looking for customers. Now, whether that's customers of your catalogue, customers of your online, or customers of your opportunity, it doesn't matter. You're looking for customers. And these are just more rods in the pond for finding customers. So, why send a catalogue and not just your online link? Why do we give a catalogue to us Facebook customers or as online, I'm saying Facebook, it's online customers, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, whatever it is. You see, people love to shop online, they do. But people also love to physically hold a catalogue. How many of you think, oh, I'm just going to go on computer now and browse through the Argos catalogue? Have you ever done that? No. How many of you thought, I need a lamp, I'm going to go to Argos and get one? You'll buy the product, you do not browse. When you're shopping online, you go direct for what you want, you don't sit and browse. However, how many of you has actually sat and browsed through an Argos catalogue? Yeah. Because if it's in your hand, you'll sit and flick the pages. Same company, same thing, different mindset. Okay? So, people will not go and browse your online catalogue. or a very, very small minority of them will, but very, very few. How put a catalogue in it and send it to them, because that will stand out more with a compliment slip. I'll come on to that in a minute, but that will stand out more than somebody just giving them a product. If you send them a catalogue as well through the post and then follow it up every month, they're likely to order from it. Okay? So the price of a second class stamp and an envelope. Who can remember the days where we used to post videos out?
Yeah.
Look around the room, guys. It was so bloody expensive. I used to spend maybe 200 quid a month on recruitment. Now I just send an email or a video online. It costs nothing, and people complain about what 60 pence for a second class stamp. But yet, how many orders do you need to get to make that 60 pence back? Not many. One. Okay. The other proof that not online is as successful as people think it is, Kindles. They thought that Kindles had replaced the book. Don't see many Kindles on that back table. See plenty of books. People love to hold it. There are people that we call kinesthetic. Their primary sense is to touch and feel. They're your touchy-feely people. They like to hug and hold, and their primary sense is how something feels, get an handle, get a grip of the situation. They talk like that because they're kinesthetic. They like it's touch and feel. Those people will always go shopping over buying online. They want to touch the product, they want to feel the product, they want to see the product. So, you get yourself a Facebook customer, congratulations, you've got someone order on Facebook. First thing we need to do is via Messenger, thank, invite, request, deliver. Thank, invite, request, deliver. What does that mean? Thank your customer for their order. Thank you very much for the order. I appreciate your custom. Anything like that. Just say thank you in your own words. Invite them to your group. Obviously, if they're ordering from in your group, they're already in your group. But if it's from an external group, thank you for your order. I'd like to invite you to take a look at my own online group. Send them the link for it. Send a friend's request. I hope you don't mind, but I've sent you a friend's request. Don't feel obliged to accept it. Always give people a choice. People love to have a choice. And then it's their decision, not your decision. If they feel backed into a corner, you get resistance. If you give them a choice, they then choose what they want to do. Send them a friend's request. Then, when they collect or you deliver the order, make sure you send them a complimentary free catalogue and make sure they know it's free. People love to get free things. Alright, psychologically. Oh look, free. I'm interested in that. It says that lovely word free. Okay? So make sure that they're aware that the catalogue is free. Do not send all the catalogues. Alright? Just send them a catalogue. I'll explain why as we go along. If a customer is at a distance, post them a catalogue, whether it's the K-Life book, whether it's a Clean Easy book. Personally, if they've bought from your group, I would send them the K-Life first, because that's the kind of products that they're already interested in. Okay, you're building that relationship. If you send Clean Easy, they'll start thinking, oh, I haven't just bought from Abby, I've just bought from Clean Easy, and they stop buying. Not because they don't like the product, but because they're buying from a company, not from a person. Only send one catalogue at a time. It encourages repeat orders. So let them know that each time they place an order, they're going to get another free catalogue. It might be a sale book. It might be the Clean Easy catalogue. It might be one of the summer or spring specials. Include a compliment slip with each catalogue. So don't just post them a catalogue. Make sure there's a polite little note with it. The reason you're doing this, it will come more apparent, but it's so you stand out over and above every other online seller. Example of a compliment slip. Okay? So Kev's Everyday Bargains, that's the name of my group. Include your banner, it just makes it look more official. Alright? With compliments, dear customer, thank you for your order. I have included a free catalogue for you to browse our full product range. Each time you order, I will enclose more free catalogues with special offers and new ideas, encouraging them to buy. Ooh, what's the special offers? What's the new ideas? What's this other catalogue going to contain? I'm sure you'll be perfectly happy with the products, but if you aren't, for any reason, please let me know so I can resolve the issue for you. If you are pleased with your purchase, can I ask you to share your thoughts in my Facebook group, and please feel free to recommend your friends or add them to the group, and then the link to your group. Okay, so let me break that down for you. The first thing we've got is people love to get things for free. So point out the fact that each time they order, you'll also include another free catalogue, and highlight that, make it stand out, make it obvious that they're going to get free stuff each time they order. Customer service. Reassure your customer, let them know that you're there for them. I'm sure you'll be perfectly happy with your product, but if you aren't for any reason, please let me know so I can resolve the issue for you. Let them know about the 30-day money-back guarantee, anything at all like that. Let them know that you're providing a service over and above everyone else that's just flogging stuff on Facebook. If you're completely pleased with your purchase, can I ask you to share your thoughts in our Facebook group, and please feel free to recommend to your friends. Promoting interaction in your group, getting people taking part in your group, because the more they interact with the group, the more they'll see stuff when you post it. It's the people who interact in your group that get to see your posts. It's not the people that just sit dormant in a list. Okay? Facebook will never let 100% of the people see your post. Not unless you buy a page and pay for advertising. But that's not a bad idea either. Stop trying to do everything for free and you might get somewhere. Alright? There is no successful business on the planet who has built their business for free. Alright? Build rapport. The most important thing in any relationship is rapport, the relationship between two people. You've either got friction or you've got cooperation. So we're trying to increase the amount of cooperation. When delivering the product or they collect it, use the opportunity to speak to your customer. The amount of times I've heard of people just delivering the product, or I've seen people just deliver the product, take the money and go, thanks a lot, and walk away. I try and take every opportunity. Sometimes it's unavoidable. The customer shuts the door or whatever. But I try and take every opportunity to spend a couple of minutes, not half an hour, not sit down for a coffee, even unless you've got time and they want you to, that's a choice. But generally, I try to spend a couple of minutes with each customer, speaking to them, finding out about them, finding out about their day, finding out what they're interested in, and paying an interest in the customer, not the fact that they're parting with their money. Okay? Mention there are more free catalogues to get each time they order. So just say to them, thank you very much for your order. Pretty much what it says on the compliment slip, just say it to their face. Okay? Offer your customer service and money-back guarantee. By the way, Mrs. Jones, if you're not absolutely satisfied with your quill cover, or there's any problem with it all, please let me know. My number's just there. Give me a ring. I'll deal with it. I'll exchange it. I'll swap it. I'll give you your money back, whatever you need. The customer walks away feeling absolutely confident and relaxed that they can come back to you with any issue. Ask the customer, ask them to comment in your group. So again, by the way, if you like your stuff, do you mind just taking a picture of it when you've got it on your bed or something like that, and just put it in my group and just let me know how you feel about it? If you're not happy with it, please let me know so that I can sort it out for you. While we're off the screen. Thought we'd sort this out. And we're off the screen there, so I can't remember what the last one is. But you get the idea. Basically, you're building rapport. Keep good records. How many of you deliver catalogues? Yeah, excellent. Okay. How many of you deliver catalogues without keeping a single note on where you delivered them? Oh, look, there's no hands gone up. All right, well, that might be something you need to work on. All right. The point is, you wouldn't realistically deliver catalogues without having a clue where you delivered them. How would you know where to go get them back? How would you know who's ordered? How would you know whether they're looking or not looking, or whatever details that you record? So it doesn't matter how you keep a list, but keep a list of your online customers. So many people think, oh, I'll just keep them in my chat, but they get lost, they get buried in there. So I have an actual list. Now, it might be a good idea. It don't matter whether it's a notebook, spreadsheet, or whatever. Just keep that list. But if you're any good with spreadsheets or whatever, it's numbers on Mac. If you go onto a customer's page and just copy the URL in the top, the link at the top of the page, and paste it in a cell on your spreadsheet. You can hyperlink it. So the next time when you go to message that customer, all you got to do is click on their name, and it goes straight to their page, and then you just message them. You don't have to find them or anything like that. In fact, you can click on 10 customers and open all 10 pages and message all 10 customers. And if you did that once a month, just like you go around with your catalogues once a month, you're going to get lots of repeat orders. So, things that you want to record, your customer's name. Right? Don't just let them go into the abyss. Date of order, when did they order it? What they ordered. You don't have to write down what they ordered, but if you remember it, next time you can personalise your message to them, saying, "Hi, Mr. Jones, I hope you're completely satisfied with the apple corer you bought." But then she's like, "Oh, he even remembers what I bought." Makes you stand out. Which catalogues they've had, because it's no good sending them the same catalogue every time they place an order, so you need to know which catalogue they have. Copy their Facebook URL, email address, phone number. Okay, you might need to ask them for it, but ask them for their phone number. When I deliver my catalogues and I speak to the catalogue customer, I always say to them, "By the way, do you mind if I ask, do you use Facebook?" "Oh yeah, I'm on Facebook, but I don't use it right much." That's cool. It don't matter. I'm not asking if you want to order through it or anything. But if I send you a friend's request, will you accept it? Because if I'm out or I can't deliver or whatever, I can drop you a message and you're more likely to get the message if I can't ring you or anything. And I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's fine." So I'm using it as an excuse. I'm using it as a way of communicating in their interests. But then when I get home, I add them into my group, and that's how I've got these £70 of orders this week. It's from people that I've added into my group and get a catalogue just because I asked them if they were on Facebook. Follow up every 4 weeks. Group your customers into a 4-weekly rota. So if you've got 40 online customers, 10 customers a week, just like you'd go out and deliver your catalogues in a 4-weekly rota, just contact your Facebook customers in a 4-weekly rota. Okay? Follow up with a private message. Remember to send the message a few days before you're actually going to place the order. You've got to give them a chance to look at the catalogue. Now, the other thing is, you've got to follow up, because otherwise, why won't we just all go out and deliver catalogues to people and expect them to ring us when they want something? It don't work, does it? We know that you've got to go back every 2 days to get the catalogue back. Well, that's why you've got to send them a message every month, because otherwise the catalogue will just go in the magazine rack and they'll not look at it. So you need to drop them that reminder to have a look. "Hi, thank you for your previous order of the apple corer. I'll be placing another order this week for delivery or collection on Friday. Please don't feel obliged to order, but if you would like anything from your complimentary catalogues, could you please place your order before Wednesday, 12 p.m. You can text, message or email your order to my email address. Please remember, with each order you will receive another free complimentary catalogue. Kind regards, Kevin Rider." So again, I'm trying to encourage, I'm influencing the outcome. I'm not waiting for them to place an order. I'm trying to influence that order, just like we do by delivering a catalogue every month. Tracking and knowing your numbers. Track how many online customers you have. Keep a record, just like most people know how many catalogue customers they have. Okay, anyone who takes the retail side of the business seriously, they know how many customers they have. How many repeat customers do you get? Okay? How many order continuously from your shop? So how many people are repeat customers in your shop? How many people are repeat customers from a catalogue or from a follow-up message? What do people order most? Who orders the most? Is it those that you speak to and have a relationship with? Or is it the people you've never spoken to in your online shop? So Facebook plus catalogues plus follow-up equals a fortune. How do I know this? Because as soon as we started implementing this into our business and teaching it from day one, when I'm doing an appointment, I say to people, you need to join with $50 because your first 50 online customers need a catalogue. How can you give them a catalogue if you've no catalogues to give them? It's the system. You do not get a customer without giving them a catalogue. You do not get a catalogue customer without giving them a Facebook page to go to. It's one business. It's not two. It's not online or catalogues. It's just two ways of finding customers. The name of the game is finding and keeping customers. It's not how you retail the products, it's how you find your customers. Lorraine Hill, online sales. This is in 1 week. £67 of orders in 1 week online. And she's I'm not going to use that word. She's a regular online person. All right, she's really successful online. However, in this week, 67 quid. Each customer she gave a catalogue to. That got her another £168. By the way, if you give a catalogue to an online customer, don't wait a month to follow them up. Follow them up 2 days later. Hi, have you had a look at the catalogue that I gave you 2 days ago? Okay, don't wait a month to follow them up. Follow-up messages. £95 in follow-up messages. So that's people, hi, I gave you a catalogue last month. Just a nice reminder that I'm placing an order this week if you'd like anything. Total orders for 1 week were £330.50. That's like a typical catalogue pickup. Would you agree?
Yeah.
That's a standard catalogue pickup. If she'd have just done online, it'd have been 67 quid that week. But by following up, how many catalogues has she delivered? None. She's delivered none because they all collected their orders. So they collected the catalogues and they took them with them. All she's had to do is message them. So if someone says, I don't want to do catalogues, say that's fine, but why wouldn't you want to give your customers the choice of 2,000 products instead of the choice of just what you want to post, which is one picture? Okay, they might not like that picture you posted. Give them the full range to have a look at. But don't then just cut corners and go, I'll send them online link, because it doesn't work. They prefer to have a catalogue. So, why should I choose you? How many of you are retailing through Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, stuff like that? Okay. Why should I choose you over you, over you, over anybody in this room? What makes you stand out? You see, have any of you ever bought anything online? I want you to think about the buying process now of online. Have any of you shopped at Amazon, bought your car insurance, been to eBay, Facebook, Gumtree, yes or no, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, ever bought your shopping online? Yeah, some people do. Okay. I want you to think now about the buying process online. When you go shopping around the town, you walk in and out of shops, you look at stuff, you compare prices, you browse the shelves, you look at stuff and you go, oh, I didn't know I wanted that, but I'm going to buy it. But that is what you went for. But when you're shopping online, you start with something that you want. Generally, you're going online to buy something you've already thought that you require. Whether it's clothing, food, a holiday, or something, it's like, where can I get it? I'll go online. And usually because you can't be asked going down the shops, it's easier. Alright? You then decide where to look. So you then decide the company you're going to go to, or the location, or whatever. Alright? Would you buy everything online? Is there stuff that you wouldn't buy online?
Yeah.
Give me some examples, Abby.
Jewelry.
Jewellery, you'd never buy jewellery online. Okay? Anyone else?
Food stuff.
Food stuff, some people. Who does the food shopping online? Nobody?
I have done. I won't do it no more.
Right, okay, I have done, it's not something I'd do, but I used to work for Sainsbury's doing online delivery driving, okay, while I was building my business, and it's the biggest part of their business. Loads of food shopping is done online. I'd never do it, okay, but people do it. Who wouldn't do it? Okay, that's because you prefer to, well, you tell me, Steve, why wouldn't you shop for your food online?
I prefer to have it, see and feel and have a choice.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And that's probably everyone else, any different reasons? Okay, so there's certain things that you'd buy online, there's certain things you wouldn't buy online. Okay? What wouldn't you buy online and why? We've covered that. So basically there's things that you want to check, that you want to feel, that you did. I would never buy shoes online. How many people buy shoes? Yeah, I know. Yeah. Well, there you go. But do you know what this is pointing out? Everybody's different. Everybody's different. Okay? This is pointing out But yet, who posts the things that they like to buy?
Yeah.
When they're posting in a group, who posted? Oh, the amount of people that said, I post it because it's something I'd buy. Well, get over yourself. You're not your customer. All right? When I joined this business, the guy said to me, I said to the guy, I throw the catalogue in the bin. He said, well, it's a good job everybody's not you then, otherwise we'd be bankrupt, won't we? And I went, what a good point. Because not everybody is me. And people do buy from the catalogue, otherwise the company wouldn't have been going for 23 years. People buy online, but they want choice. So, usually, if someone's buying online, they're not looking for a choice. They've already decided what they want and they're going straight to the product. And they will go to whichever company sells it the cheapest. Would you buy it because it's the cheapest or the best? Think about some of the stuff. Some stuff, car insurance. Typically I'd get it because it's the cheapest. You've got to be insured. But some people look for certain boxes to be ticked and they won't buy the cheapest. That's why they have comparison sites, because people want to compare the results so that it matches what they're looking for. And they go for the cheapest that ticks the boxes. Would you agree?
Yeah.
So it's still run by the cheapest, generally, is the bottom line. The cheapest that provides what they're looking for. Okay? So, has reputation got anything to do with it? Is there certain companies you wouldn't go to for products, even if they were the cheapest?
I always check for the star ratings on like eBay.
Exactly, yeah, absolutely. The buyer and seller, or the seller, what's the word I'm looking for? The seller reviews and things like that, thank you. Yeah, because people want to make comparisons, they want to have choice. However, they're not bothered as long as it matches what they're looking for. So would you buy, so here we have two distributors, okay? You may know them, you may not know them. I want you to keep your ideas to yourself, but you've got distributor A and distributor B. Is there anybody in this room that hasn't got a clue who they are? Please admit it if you don't know. Thank you, thank you. No, that's good, that's good. Because if you saw these two now online, what would determine whether you, if you were looking for a lamp, what would determine whether you bought the lamp or not off distributor A or distributor B?
Price and delivery. Reviews.
Price and delivery. Okay, good, price and delivery. That's because you've no idea who these two are. Now then, some of you do know who these two are, and you've got your own opinions. Who would buy the lamp off A? You don't have to tell me. And who would buy the lamp off B? Keep it to yourselves. What made you choose that person? I pretty much guarantee it's the relationship you have with them as an individual. It's who you like the most. What if lamp A were £5 more than lamp B, but lamp A were the person that you liked and you had a relationship with? You'd buy it, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Because you like distributor A more than you like distributor B, or you like distributor B more than you like distributor A. But it's based on the relationship, not the product. So you've got to stand out, because believe me, there's a lot of faces out there that nobody knows, and they're buying the lamp, they're not buying the distributor. And they will go for whoever's selling it the cheapest, or whoever's got the cheapest delivery. They couldn't give a toss who this face is here. Sorry. They couldn't give a monkeys who this face is here, because it's the product they're after. But with Facebook and stuff like that, it's about the relationship. With the catalogue, that's why I could put an Argos catalogue through somebody's door and still get the same orders, because it's the relationship. So you've got to build that relationship offline. People say, yeah, but I chat to them and we talk to them and we play games and stuff like that. There is nothing like face-to-face. There is nothing like a conversation. There is nothing like building rapport. You can't do that by text. Because the text is always read in the mood of the reader, not the mood of the sender. How many times have you interpreted a text wrong and they go, well, that ain't what I said. Well, that's how I bloody read it. Alright? You're sleeping on the couch tonight. Alright? What do you mean? You know what I mean? So you've got to be careful with texts and emails and messages. So when they collect the product, build the offline relationship. If they come to pick it up with a kid, comment on the kids or whatever, okay? So, what sets you apart from the rest? Why would an online buyer choose you over someone else that's selling exactly the same products? What can you do so they like and remember you because you are the brand? I have had customers order products and find out it's from Clean Easy and cancel their order. But if they hadn't known it was Clean Easy, they'd have still ordered the products. I'm talking about online now. Because they thought they were buying from me, they didn't realise they were buying from a company until I sent them the link. And then they're like, that's why Clean Easy have stopped branding the PayPal link. That's why Clean Easy have done these videos that are non-branded. Because people don't want to buy a brand, they want to buy a product from a person. So you've got to stand out, you are the brand. Keep a list of all your customers. Make sure you get to know all of them. Send them a personal message once a month with thanks and appreciation, whether they've ordered anything or not. Who does catalogues? Who goes back to the same houses month after month, whether they've ordered anything or not? We've got to do that online as well. If you're building an online business, you've got to give the same respect to your online customers. Give them a note, just letting them know that you've not forgotten about them, even if they've not ordered anything. Send them a thank you card. Danny Johnson said this. If you send a thank you card, not every time they order, that'd be ridiculous. But the first time a new customer, the brand new customer, when they first order, send them a thank you card. Get to Card Factory or wherever and get a box of thank you cards for £2.50. Send them a thank you card and just says, thank you for your order. I really appreciate your custom. I look forward to building a working relationship with you or something like that. Make it personal, make it special. Think about the words you use. Make it memorable so that they remember you. Because believe me, they'll tell their friends about it. Send Christmas cards at Christmas. We do this with all the catalog customers, so you've got to do it with your online customers. Tag them in special offers. You know the internet specials, when the internet specials come out? I tag all my customers with an internet special and I say to them, I'm giving you the first 48 hours because the products will sell out fast. These are internet specials at a bargain price. You're 48 hours before I post them in all the other groups on social media. People love to have the first choice. People have a fear of lack. People hate scarcity. Alright? How many people want the last cookie in the jar? But when the jar's full, nobody's bothered. Because there's plenty choice. They're like, ugh, anyone can have it. But when it's the last cookie, it's like, I want that. No, I'm having it. No, I'm having it. And there's a bloody riot over cookie jar. Right? Or biscuit barrel in England. Give them a free catalogue. Give them a catalogue anyway, but tell them it's free. People love to get things free. Provide them a special service. Some of your customers may collect all the time, but then at the odd occasion just say to them, I'll deliver it for you, there's no problem. Okay? Maybe think of something over and above what you could do for normal customers. Have a conversation with them, ask them about themselves. You don't have to talk a lot, just listen. Hey, what kind of day you had? What's been happening? Are you happy with the product? Anything at all. Generally, when I look at somebody, there's usually something I can compliment them on. And genuinely, sincerely, I don't mean making flattery comments and making something up. I mean sincerely saying something nice. There we go, give sincere compliments. What else could you do? So thinking for yourselves, think outside the box. Don't just be sheep. Don't just follow the crowd. You're entrepreneurs, you're business people. You've made a decision to get involved and change your lives, whether that's to make 50 quid a week or 50 grand a year or 50 grand a month. Start thinking for yourselves. Start putting your own ideas on paper. I'm not saying share it all with your team. Try it first, see if it works, check it with your upline, and then if they're happy with it, roll it out to the team. People don't always remember what you said, but they'll always remember how you made them feel. How many times has somebody hurt you, and you can't remember exactly what they said, but you know the next time you met them, it wasn't a nice meeting the last time you met them. But on the other hand, how many times has someone made you feel good? And you can remember that person, and you smile, and you see them, and you can't remember what they said, but you just remember you had a good time with them the last time you were with them. Because you remember how you feel, you don't remember what was said. So be memorable, stand out, be the brand. Don't just conform, find something that makes you unique. Find something that makes you above, or puts you above everybody else. Yes, we're all advertising on Facebook, yes, we're all using Instagram and Twitter and everything else, but when you get that customer, keep that customer. Make them important, because it's not about the size of the order, it's about how many times they order. How many times do they come back into your shop? Every time I speak to someone and they say, oh, I've picked up 40 quid's worth of orders, or I've picked up 100 quid's worth of orders, I'm like, great, I'm not bothered about that. How many customers have you got?